local radio privacy.
Tez has got it right in Kidsgrove, along with Catherine in Stafford as well. Keep your guesses coming.
What am I missing? What was the difference? 'Cause you never listen to any other time I asked you to stay away. Yeah, you couldn't stay away. Have you grown up? Have you changed much? Have you found...
Coming up to 20 to 8 on a Monday morning, Lee Blayton at breakfast. That is me. Hello there.
Yeah, I always get...
Full of it today after a good weekend down in the southwest. Hope you're doing well too. If you're not and you need a bit of a pick-me-up and you're sitting there thinking,
oh, it's rubbish, it's Monday and I've got to go to work.
Let's see what we can do to get you fired up with a bit of Monday motivation from the singer of this tune, which is playing in the background, Lisa T from Sandbach, mental health expert as well as a great singer. Lisa, how are you?
Good morning, Lee. I'm good. How are you?
Very well. Has this gone to number 1, this tune, in the country and western charts?
It has, yeah. It was released on Friday and it got to number 1 in the iTunes country charts, yes, which is lovely.
Oh, round of applause for Lisa, everybody. Woo! Brilliant stuff.
Oh,
you must be buzzing.
Yeah, I'm so pleased. I'm really, really pleased. It's like, so basically what happens is it gets released on the Thursday at midnight and then, you know, it can go it might chart at some point and it might not. So I looked at midnight and it wasn't there at all. And I was like, oh, well, never mind. And then I woke up at like 4 a.m. and it was at number 1 and I was like, yay.
Oh, great feeling. And if me and Lisa just pause for a second, you can hear why it's gone to number 1.
Every now and then I question what could have been. What am I missing? What was the difference? You never listened to any other time I asked you to stay away.
Number 1 in the country and western charts. Great, great stuff, Lisa. Massive congratulations. How much do you enjoy doing it?
Oh, I love it. I really love it. It's funny because I'm so lucky to have 2 things in my life that I'm so passionate about, you know, well-being and mental health and my music. And sometimes people say to me, you know, why don't you do your music full time? And I say, well, because I love my job. I love helping people with their mental health and their well-being. So music is like literally just a hobby for me, which makes it even more special because I'm not completely relying, you know, on that for my income, which makes it really enjoyable. So yeah, I feel very lucky to have 2 things that I love.
Have you given it some thought though, going into full-time music?
Well, my manager, because I've got a manager for my music and he sort of does sometimes ask me what my goals are and stuff, but I very much believe that what's meant to be will be. And if something happens and that's the way that it takes me, then great. And if not, like I say, I really love what I'm doing. So I'll just see where things go.
Well, let's see what you've got for us when it comes to Monday motivation. So we've just heard Lisa as far as her music's concerned. Let's focus on the day job. What's your tip this week, Lisa? What you got?
Yes, so this week is actually Mental Health Awareness Week, as some of you may know. And the theme that they've decided to give this year's Mental Health Awareness Week is loneliness, probably off the back of a lot of us, you know, struggling with lockdown and stuff. So there's been some recent studies on loneliness, and it's been shown that loneliness can be as bad for your health as smoking 15 cigarettes a day, which is quite shocking. So it's really important that we do all we can to make sure that we're feeling integrated with others. And on the flip side, make sure that we are looking out for anyone that might be feeling lonely. So I've got 2 tips today, one for people who can maybe be helpful to others and one for people who might be feeling a bit lonely themselves. So the first tip is if you are in a good place yourself and you're feeling, connected socially, try and make time this week to reach out to someone who you know is living alone or could be maybe feeling a bit lonely and just ask how they're doing. You know, we're so lucky now to be living in a world where technology can connect us in seconds. So even if you don't have time to call someone, just send an email or a text, you know. I mean, very often my grandma, she is living on her own now since my granddad passed away. And I don't always have time to ring because I'm so busy, but I'll always make sure that I email her and that gives her something to look at and reply to and some pictures. And I think things like that can just make a difference to people. So that's the first tip. Now, the second tip, Lee, this might sound a little bit strange, so I'm interested to know what you think about this and if this is something that you would try. So if you are someone that is alone, you're living alone, or you just feel a bit down sometime this week, there's been so much research of something that might sound a bit strange, but it could really help. Okay. So it's giving yourself a hug. So the research shows that a 10-second hug a day, even from yourself, can fight infections, boost your immune system, ease depression, and lessen fatigue. So just wrapping your arms around yourself sends a strong message to your body and your brain that says, I've got you, I love you, and you are safe. And it's a really free, quick act of self-care. So it's really worth giving it a try.
I'm doing it now, actually. Obviously,
nice.
because I've got such big, muscly arms, it's taking a bit of work to wrap them around my body. Oh, yeah, it is. I think Jack's looking at me like the aircon's gone into overdrive and I'm freezing cold. It's a strange thing to do, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It is, because it's not something we're taught. I say this very often. When we're younger, we don't get taught these things because it's not common knowledge that these things are useful for our mental health. But I think there's just so much research all the time now, and these little things are coming up that are so simple that can help us and just make us feel safe in our own space. So that's just so easy. It might feel a bit silly, but just find a quiet space and no one will see you, and see how it makes you feel.
I like it. And we'll get feedback from the listeners as well, because whenever you come up with these tips, we'll get texts in throughout the week. Say, I tried that. It's brilliant. So we'll see what response it gets. I've just tried it, quite liked it, to be honest with you. Like I say, doing it in front of one or two people, they were looking at me like I'd just fallen off the moon or something. But if you find the right time and the right space, I reckon that's a goer. And the first one, really important, reaching out to someone who lives alone, whether it's a text, email or a quick phone call, just to make sure they're feeling all right on what is Mental Health Awareness Week. Lisa, great stuff as ever. Thank you for coming on, and once again, congratulations on the number one.
Thank you so much. Speak to you soon.
I was going to say, have a great week. Safe to say you will. Lisa bouncing after that, top of the country and western charts with a new tune, What Am I Missing, which we played a few moments ago. Thank you ever so much to Lisa for coming on the show. Loads of texts coming in about hay fever and all kinds of random stuff. I'll read through some of the sec. After we've been to the roads, obvs, let's